Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Westeros, son of a bitch, third age, best of all sub mod, Silvan Elves. I always fucking screw it up every now and again. It's really annoying after like going from recording like 30 Westeros videos to recording this. Anyway, we are a turn or two ahead. Most of our forces are here inside this little fucking village. The Dunlings seem content with just staying on the borders, dealing with themselves at the moment, and they appear to have beaten back the High Elves, but I'm sure they have more forces somewhere. We have half a stack in here for now, which isn't particularly too fucking menacing. We probably need more troops. Which is why I have begun to bring over these guys, who should join me shortly, in about...
Conceal our movements.
7, 8 turns, give or take. And hopefully, anyway, we'll be able to take on the Dunlings with those forces that we have there. Without too much trouble. It should be easily done, really. We don't really need any more forces up top over here. One full stack there keeps that place fully defended and nice and safe against our any possible attack from our so-called friends neighbouring on our borders. So yeah, hopefully we should be fine. We won't move though until our reinforcements from the woodlands arrives, which won't be for a few more turns. So we'll go to the next turn and keep going. There you go, guys. What have we got here? Factions. Just more fucking traits. More short shit going down in Mordor. I mean, I am slightly concerned about flipping public order. That's nice. But yeah, I'm slightly concerned about Gondor, who is, I can't see him obviously. Whoa. I can see their invasion force though. See, the holding Ministeria for now. But what usually happens in my experience is once Rohan is wiped out of the picture, they take that place and then they go through there, and then eventually Mordor breaches that mountain pass, goes through here, and from the look of these scorched ground areas around here, we've got some Mordor forces, or at least some enemy forces that have already pushed through. So what they do, the evil factions, take over all of this around the back, and then the Gondor is stuck with just these forces around here, while those guys from the east come down, fuck up from the south, sorry, fuck up all them forces over here. Ministeria falls, Gondor falls, and then their attention turns towards me. That's, in my experience anyway, what usually happens. It's not exactly a fun, happy-go story, but that is what it is. So I'm hoping that the Gondor can hold in there long enough for me to eventually join up with them and kick some ass. Probably not going to happen though. I wonder what I can build here now. Army barracks. Elven King Guard. Cool. So we have upgraded that now, haven't we? I don't think I can get the any bigger, really. That's about it. Which is fine. We don't really need it any bigger. But yeah, the northern sector of our territory is secure. We'll just keep that under garrison and hope that the Free Peoples don't decide to attack me, because that would just be a disaster in itself, really. It is the last thing that we need happening. Anyway, there's not much else we can do until we get our forces over there, so we'll just have a turn and move our forces as quickly as we can. We're not going to start the turn with okay. It's hard to not start all the fucking turns with okay then. I'll sank along that line. It's the first thing that comes to my mind, kind of thing.
Conceal our movements.
Population we got. So once we can actually start recruiting there, right on our front lines. Once we've got more culture. All those dunlings over there looking at. We can almost recruit here as well. I'm pretty sure we can actually. 1% more, and that's about it. Didn't I just end the turn?
Elves. Yes,
I'm very confused. I just had a blackout. I was like, wait a minute, didn't I just move that guy? Oh, I just moved that guy after the end of the turn. I don't know. It's fucking heat's getting to me. I'm losing my mind slowly. I lost that ages ago. Probably somewhere under the couch. Thankfully, the Silvan Elves are holding their own. Hopefully, our little army should be with us pretty fucking soon.
Elves. We can't get
Not in this turn, though.
Not possible.
Anyway, we'll end the turn again and keep moving our army. The sooner we get him into our front lines, the sooner we can move against the Dunlings. Yeah. Not going to say okay. It's really quite annoying. Because I have to wait like 5 minutes between every turn, but for you guys it's like microseconds. I was literally edited out and it's like it's never fucking happened.
Yes, my lord. Swiftly. Be vigilant.
But it's like really difficult because it's like the first word that comes to my head is literally okay. Okay kind of thing. But then if I say it too much, it's like constantly repeating the same word over and over again. It sort of gets annoying. So yeah, I try to fucking not do that. I think it's worth, I don't know, trade fleets available too, so it's probably worth doing that just to get trade routes down the river. Those guys will be with us shortly, hopefully. You can now recruit shit here, which is pretty cool. Huh. We can recruit some archers, or at the very least retrain some of them here as well. I don't know where the other armies of the Dunlings are. They've still got one stack here, and they seem to have put one stack in there as well. But otherwise, I have no idea where they're camping out. All is safe up here, I assume. Yep. There's got Gandalf trying to
healthy respect between us, my lord.
Take that rebel settlement back. The dwarves' presence seem to be rather slim to none right now. One thing I'm going to do, I'll probably group up these forces from the halls here and Franzburg all the way up the top, because we don't need any more forces in the north. So if we move them down through the mountains, join up at Moria, and they can join up with the forces in the front lines later on. Obviously, we won't wait to move for all those guys, but
Yes, my lord.
in the long run, the more reinforcements, the better. We still need 3 turns to get this guy over here, so we will quickly end the turn. That's something I've been thinking about recently. Where are we going? The One Ring has been located. Okay. Anyway, while it's scrolling across the screen. Why is it always located, like, literally right next to Mordor? We're going to end up fighting Sauron again by the looks of things, so it keeps doing this. Anyway, yeah. I was thinking about something recently. Just right there, wherever the fuck that is. And, the Silvan Elves videos and the whole Third Age thing doesn't get as many views as other videos. For instance, the Westeros videos get a lot more views.
Onward.
I mean, hell,
Form up.
my daily view count's around 3,000 every day, so it's not too bad. But on the weekends, I don't know whether it's because it's the weekends and people just can't be bothered, or they're out doing shit. But I know some of you enjoy the Third Age stuff. I mean, I don't mind recording it. It's a pretty nice little break from Westeros. But I'm thinking that I might scrap the Third Age thing for us, just for our next series until we're done with a new thing I'm thinking about doing, which is the Game of Thrones mod for the Crusader Kings 2, which I've mentioned a few times in my Westeros videos. I've had Crusader Kings 2 for fucking ages, but I never got around to playing it. So I've really wanted to play it recently. I haven't had enough time. And if I do record it, I'm not entirely sure where we're going to upload it. I was thinking on Wednesdays to replace the hot seat because Simpsy's being really, well, the whole time zone difference has been a pain in the ass. And the last 2 weeks, Simpsy's been far too busy to record with me. So yeah. The hot seat's still on, but it's sort of consider season 1 over and season 2 coming soon kind of thing. Whenever the hell we can get around to recording it. But yeah, we might... so Wednesday's off kind of thing. I've replaced that with the Westeros Lore series until we can get back into the hot seat stuff. But the Westeros Lore will still be uploaded on Wednesday even when the hot seat's going. So on Wednesday you should get 2 videos. And other than that, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday are all just normal Westeros videos. Wednesday's taken up by the Lore and hot seat. So all it leaves me with really is the weekend and Third Age. And because Third Age doesn't get as many views as I'd like it to get, I'm thinking that Crusader Kings 2 with Game of Thrones mod would get a lot more views. Because you guys like Game of Thrones and my Westeros videos, and Game of Thrones Crusader Kings 2 is something that you've been requesting for quite fucking, well, feels like years I've been getting requests for that game. So yeah, that might be something in the future. Obviously, I'm not going to end the series abruptly or anything, but I think that once the Third Age series is finished, that I'm going to move on to doing the Game of Thrones mod for Crusader Kings 2 on the weekends. Kind of see where that takes me. Of course, we've got a bunch of other crap that I've got planned as well, but we won't go into that here because it would take ages, and I could yabber on about it for hours, really. Anyway, we will go to the next turn and keep moving our troops. I don't think there's really anything else that we can do.
Yes, my lord.
We just need to move these guys over here, sort out the army, give the king the best army that we can, and the prince can take the mediocre one. That place is fully garrisoned, pretty much. We've got watchtowers up, keeping an eye on all our so-called allies. The Silvan Elves have a nice little buffer still there. Mordor seems content with just ignoring them for now, and the Dunlings are just sort of garrisoning their towns and probably clashing with the High Elves out of my line of sight. But yeah, we'll go to the next turn, move our army, and it should be with us within 3 or so turns. We're just trying to get the army here so we can get some action into the damn video. I don't know who the hell's capital that was exactly, but it's copyright music, so fuck off.
Elven warriors, come on!
That wasn't... Whose capital was that? I really should have checked. Huh? I know, yeah. I really should have looked whose capital it was. I'm sure you guys noticed it. You can watch it in the video, so...
Elves!
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I want to get done, so that's why I want to get the Crusader Kings 2 thing started, because I'm quite looking forward to recording that. I also have the Game of Thrones Ascent series. I'd like to do it, but what I'd have to do is literally do an entire day. Because it's a browser game, you've got things where you click on shit, and you have to wait like half an hour for something to happen. So what I'd have to do is record the segments where stuff actually happens. I'll edit out all the waiting and stuff and just give you guys the story and aspects of the game and all the choices and going through the story with you. So it's sort of playing the game the way I think it should have been made in the first place, without all the waiting times and the fucking... What's it called? I just called it... It's like a Flash fucking website game, isn't it? It's where you wait for shit to happen. You click on site and then it says 30 minutes remaining, and then you get the more story popping up on the actions. The game's pretty good, actually, for like a Game of Thrones. If you're a fan of the book series or the show, it's actually pretty good. It has some decent little fucking aspects to it. But unfortunately, once you get to a certain point, there's like 2-hour long waiting time, so you have to click on something. And I'm not the kind of person that plays browser games. I never play them.
For the light.
Literally the only reason I played this one is because it said Game of Thrones in the title, and I was like, okay, I'll check it out. It's maybe worth doing a video or two on of. Originally, I scrapped the entire fucking idea because recording a browser game would take so much editing, and that's why I haven't done it yet. Because literally, I would have to spend all day and countless different video files recording little segments of story and stuff and sticking it all into like a 30-minute video with all of the story. So a 30-minute video would probably take me, I don't know, like an entire day to record, just because of all the waiting times and then all the editing and the rendering it all together and shit. It'd be pretty good, and it would be a like one-time video thing on the weekends. Just one video on like Saturday or Sunday, just in between the Crusader Kings 2 videos or Third Age if we do it by then. But it should be pretty cool. The story in that little Flash game is pretty cool. The story, at least. You create your own little house in Westeros. You're actually allowed to like take part. I wouldn't call it take part in the events of Westeros, but you can actually talk to some main characters. At one point, you get to slap Joffrey around the face, and you can. It's like sort of playing behind the scenes of the books. You're there, but you're not doing anything like huge, like saving Robb at the Red Wedding. That doesn't happen that I know of. You have to. You sort of like play behind the scenes and interfere with certain things and do some stuff. Get like from a different viewpoint that you wouldn't have had from the books or the show. Of course, that's the good things about it. The bad things being the fact that it's not very... There's certain aspects of the game when you think, wait, what? How the hell? Wait a minute, I'm sworn to House Stark, and yet I'm talking to factions that are my neighbours, who are houses that are in the Riverlands. So, it's not exactly clear where your castle and your lands are. You can swear yourself to different houses. I swear myself, the first time I played it, to Stark. And I found myself talking to factions that were apparently neighbouring lands to mine, that are houses that are in the south, in the Riverlands, completely miles away from me, and not sworn to House Stark. Talking about House Stark. So I was like, wait, well, that's a bit off. Surely they could have changed the names. But it's little things like that. But overall, it's a decent little story thing, and it's free, so... You know, as long as you don't pay to win for the whole game. But it's not too bad of a little game, really. So it's definitely worth something that I want to look into for the future. But anyway, we will end the turn. Every time I end the turn, I'm thinking, okay, quickly, just so we can get the army here. But I keep fucking coming up with shit to talk about, and it sidetracks us. Anyway, we're going to the next turn and keep moving our troops. The High Elves have summoned quite a decent little army. Show you guys in a sec. What we got here, Mordor on our wall, High Elves. Dale and Lorien have declared themselves allies as Dunland, and Rohan and Mordor have declared a truce for now. Anyway, yeah, we've got High Elves just showing up with crap tons of troops, which is a little bit premature because my troops aren't in position just yet. We don't want to move until all of my guys are ready to move. We'll just have to see what those High Elves do. Hopefully they're smart enough to hold back a bit and wait for me to get into position. Probably not, though. Wait till we have a bit more cash to build those guys. I'd like to have some defensive forces down there just to keep me happy for a bit. Archery range, I don't know, it might be worth just leaving that for now. Ooh, I can upgrade that. That's getting upgraded as well. It might be nice to get some more public order and shit in here. Yeah, there you go, we'll build that just to keep Gun the Bad nice and happy. Can almost retrain those horsemen archers in a minute. It looks like the men of Arnor and the dwarves are sort of in a stalemate at the moment. Nothing much going down. Anyway, we'll end the turn, see what the High Elves are doing, and hopefully we can get into the action pretty soon. But I have a bad feeling that we won't get any combat in this part, simply because it's taken too long to move our troops around. Well, the High Elves did a pretty kick-ass job. Mordor is now the largest faction. I have a distinctly bad feeling about this. They're still holding Minas Tirith. It hasn't given me any option to like help them out just yet. Nope. Looks like Lorien has moved forward a bit.
I'm gonna stick you.
They do outnumber them vastly, but you know what these auto-resolves are like. Good, they're sending over reinforcements. I was slightly worried that they're a bit undefended for a second. Can I afford to recruit those last guys? No. Just recruit them.
Elven warriors, come on!
Come, my brothers.
Follow me.
Yeah, he is the better commander by a little bit anyway.
Come, my brothers.
Like the wind. Ready, elves?
We'll move him over there and sort out who's going into what army.
Yes, my lord. Swiftly.
So we want the king to have the best troops that we can muster. So yeah, we will end the turn once again, seeing what the High Elves are up to. Hopefully they'll lay siege to something, then we can rush over to help them out. It would seem that the High Elves sensed the arrival of Isengard, because, uh-oh. Why do they insist on literally poking me with a stick and going, let's make things difficult, let's make things incredibly difficult? I really don't want to go to war with either of them, to be perfectly honest, but, where's my nearest diplomat?
Yes, my lord. Your orders. Approaching their what is it you wish to discuss?
Let's offer them 5 grand.
No, we cannot. You have
Seriously?
a worthy proposal, then. Excellent.
Just take all of my money and be done with it.
I do not believe I'm able to accept this.
An honor and a pleasure. Farewell.
So seriously, if I have to choose, I will fight the dwarves. So be it. I don't know, it just seems like a big fucking screw up. But anyway, yeah, the High Elves must have been informed of Isengard's arrival because they all started to retreat over the fucking river.
Follow me.
My lord?
Yes, my lord.
My lord?
Elven warriors. Elven warriors.
My lord?
For the light. Come on.
Sire! My lord?
Elven warriors. For the light.
My lord?
Swiftly. Elves.
Yes, my lord.
Elves. Come on. This is the... Follow me.
By the light of Elbereth.
Follow me. Elven warrior. Elves.
Yes, my lord.
Follow me.
How many archers do we have in all this? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's plenty of archers in it. Just thinking, who do we send over? Sword guard or spear guard? Again, sword.
Elven warriors.
Probably more effective.
Onward. Reinforcements.
Yeah, the king has an army filled with those guys.
Elves. Elves. For the light. Elves.
Yes, my lord.
For the light. Swiftly. This is the way. Elven warriors. Reinforcements.
And we'll send some forces
For the light.
over from these guys
my lord.
into here.
Elven warriors.
Yes, my lord.
My lord.
This is the way. Come, my
There you go, that'll do.
Over here, elves. For the light.
Yes, my lord.
Come on.
Those guys will reinforce those in a little bit.
Sire.
Come, my brothers. Elves.
By the light of Elbereth.
Scout the area.
Just keep those two stacks together for now. Let's see what Isengard's next move is before we do anything stupid. We're just going to, you know, garrison these forces a little bit because we now share borders with the dwarves, who are neutral and no longer our allies. Which is kind of one of the reasons I'd have to full garrison and the guys up in the north, just to keep an eye on things. But if we have to wipe out the dwarves, then fine. I do believe at some point during the whole fucking Middle-earth lore, the elves and the dwarves were enemies at one point. So it's not as bad as fighting the humans. But anyway, yeah, we will end the turn and see what Isengard's next move is, whether the High Elves decide to stay and fight now that they realise that I have rallied my troops, or they decide to run like little bitches at the worst fucking possible time that they could. Well, this is just excellent. I know where the High Elves have gone. From their paths that I could see when they turned to turn. They are fucking off over here. I can only assume that they are going to go fight the dwarves in the Blue Mountains, I think these are called. Pretty sure they're called the Blue Mountains. But yeah, anyway, yeah, that is where the elves are fucking off to, going to destroy the dwarves. Which leaves me to deal with both Dunland and Isengard. Thank you very much for that great honour, you bastards.
Onward. Elven warriors.
Yes, my lord.
There you go. We'll build that in 4 turns. We'll get a bit more public order and law and whatnot.
By the light of Elbereth.
I'm not entirely sure what the best course of action here is, because we sort of have... If Isengard wasn't there, sure, but if Isengard is here, which it is, we sort of might have a little tiny bit of a problem. Well, not so much a problem as a deep concern. Here's another concern for you. Gundabad being a little bitch.
For the light.
Point having that guy there. But we may as well move some of these guys,
My lord.
the ones that aren't
my
keeping
lord.
upkeep,
Elves.
move them up to Gundabad,
Onward. Be vigilant.
just to keep the place happy. We'll keep this place garrisoned, hopefully. To the extent that we can, anyway. There you go, build that in 2 turns. Yeah, we need to keep an eye on all of our borders now that aren't fucking sharing shit with other people.
Elves!
I don't want to move our forces just yet. I want to see where Isengard moves, because if we lay siege to that, we really run the risk of Isengard attacking us with all of its might. And it's some of the last things that we want being done, really. So yeah, we'll end the turn and see what happens. Oop, the King of Rohan's dead. Capital lost. That's the Orcs of Gundabad losing their capital. They've already lost their capital. What the fuck are you on about? Still got that little bug where the horde didn't spawn properly. I think it's like screwed up a bunch of stuff. But anyway, yeah. One of the Isengard armies has fucked off back to Isengard. So that does leave us open to maybe wipe out that Isengard army while the Prince... Actually, the Prince will wipe out the Isengard army because he's closer. And the King can lay siege to the Dunland's capital. Of course, it still leaves us open to attack from anywhere, really. But that's the game plan for now, people. I would definitely like to keep recruiting some of these guys because we're going to need more forces. At least some forces garrisoning our borders around the dwarves and everything. Because now that we aren't allies with them, the last thing we need is them thinking that they can attack us because we're weak on our borders. But anyway, when we come back, I do apologise for no battles in this part, by the way, guys. There wasn't much I could do about that, really. Other than attacking before we had our reinforcements, which I just didn't want to do, just to be safe. We do not have really very good generals, but their command is upped when they actually attack. So that's one thing. But yeah, we'll probably wipe out one of the Isengard armies, lay siege to that, and just defend ourselves if the Dunlings decide to attack us. Hopefully we'll maybe be able to push this back, and we may have to go to war with the dwarves and wipe them out. Which wouldn't be too bad of an idea, really, because they don't control much territory. They control what? Like, on the eastern side of the Misty Mountains, they control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 settlements. That's about it. So they don't have a lot of income, or a lot of power, really. Compared to me, at least. But, like I said, we can't turn our full attention to them just yet without leaving all of our troops and leaving Dunland, which we don't want to do until they're finished and wiped out. But that's problems for the future, people. Problems for the future. We shall cross that bridge when we come to it. That's all for now, guys. We've reached the 30-minute mark, so annotation top right-hand side. I will see you there next weekend. That is all for now. Soul out.